Hello. Happy Monday. Happy Memorial Day. I'm walking into my house. It's like it's about 1. And so, what am I trying to say? I'm sorry, I'm really out of it. So, basically I've decided I'm going to try to do, let me sit down. I've been having a very, hard time. For a very long time, I've been having a hard time, and I've been like expecting it to just go away, and it hasn't been. And so I had talked probably months ago about my depression, and I had said I was gonna like try to do like a video on self-care tips and some other things, and I hadn't put any of those up because I was waiting to get better. I was waiting to feel good. I was waiting to come out of my depression because I felt like I wasn't well enough to do those videos. And I'm talking about it now because I realized today how paradoxical that is. And I think that's a sort of like, probably somewhere in there is like the crux of my own struggle with my depression, right? I can't remember the last time that I have been this depressed for this long. So I think I keep having these moments where I feel okay, that I think like I'm coming out of it and I'm ready to talk about it, right? And I don't think I have been able to fully grasp that I don't know when or if I'm coming out of this depression, right? And I had just written a post on my Tumblr about how I've been feeling this weekend, and that's kind of when it hit me that I was doing this. I wasn't consciously realizing that I was waiting to feel better or feel myself to do all these posts on depression. And that doesn't make sense, right? Like, I'm depressed. Like, that's probably the best time to talk about depression, but you feel so broken and sick that it's like, how can I talk about this? Like, it's almost like I feel like I don't know what I'm talking about because I want to come from this angle of like, I beat it, right? Like, the perfectionist in me wants it to be these really polished, slick, like, videos, right? And that's not the reality of depression, right? So I had realized maybe a couple of months ago that I wasn't out of my depression, right? And I had realized that when I came back to Oakland that I thought all my problems would magically go away. And I had stopped taking all my supplements, and I was like kind of slacking on my depression medicine, and I fell back into like a pretty deep depression. And then I was like, okay, no, you're still depressed. And I had beat that, right? Beat the idea that I thought that my problems would magically go away, even though I know it's chemical. So I started taking my medicine again regularly. I had added some more supplements back in, but I still wasn't okay, right? I was better because I was taking my medicine again, but I wasn't as good as when I first started taking my medicine. Because when I first started taking my medicine, I was on a shit ton of supplements by then because I had been doing everything I could to come out of it. And so I think that's the best I felt since I went into this depression. And I'm not on all those supplements again for tons of reasons. Most of them being that it was really expensive to go onto those supplements. And now I'm on different supplements that are also expensive for my fibroid situation. And it's just like, I also, because I'm trying to cope, my coping mechanism a lot of times for my depression is a coping mechanism that I've had for other things that's a problem, which is just like spending to feel better, right? So when I'm not well on the inside and I'm not controlling my insides, I try to control my outward environment. And that is by just spending. Like, I'll spend to try to make myself look good. I'll spend to try to, like on my hair, on my skin, on my body, in my house. Like, I came back and I was like, I want a nest. So I've been buying things for my house. And I'll just spend money. And so it's like, I have expensive tastes. I'm very particular about natural and organic things, which is expensive. Like, I'm just like bleeding money, right? And so then the idea that I could also spend hundreds of dollars a month on supplements is just like, impossible with the situation I've set up for myself. And so it's like I bought all these supplements to try to get my fibroids in line because the medicine that my doctor put me on when I was in Portland, the birth control fucked my body up, and I've been having periods for 2 weeks, every 2 weeks. And like hormonally, that also on top of depression has just been a shit show. So like there's all these things I'm trying to do. I have no energy. My body is broken down. My hormones are out of control, which is definitely not helping with the depression and anxiety. And like I've just like been in a bad place, right? So all of that is like, I don't want to get on here and be like, let me tell you how you can cope. Like I feel like I'm a fucking failure in every possible way of my life right now, right? So today's Memorial Day. I have to work. I'm leaving on Wednesday to go home for my mom's graduation. And I just needed to get out of the house because I wasn't able to do anything this weekend but like lay around. I could not leave, and I was dissociating so hard. I didn't talk to anyone. I didn't do anything. And I just wanted to go and be productive, work, and get all the shit that I didn't do this weekend done. And it was so hard for me to leave the house today. And so finally I was like, fuck, just get out of here. You were supposed to leave 2 hours ago. Like, I don't know where those 2 hours went. So I packed my bag. I called a Lyft because I didn't even want to waste the time getting on public transportation. I get to this coffee shop that I had planned to go to yesterday and the day before, but I didn't go again because I was dissociating so hard I couldn't leave the house. I get there. I don't have my check card because I'm that fucking out of it. I'm that like just like scattered in my brain, like not with reality. But I had cash on me, so I was like, fuck it. You know, the cash was for my laundry, but whatever. I can get more cash on it. Doesn't matter, right? Bleeding money again. So I buy something, I sit down, they don't have fucking Wi-Fi because it's like their special, like one of their flagship locations where it's just like to be pretty. So I'm like, okay, great. Like maybe I can tether off my work phone. I don't have my work phone with me. So I'm like, this is the kind of shit I do when I'm depressed. Like already I'm kind of a forgetful person. No, I'm a really fucking forgetful person. But when you add in my depression, my anxiety, the fact I haven't been sleeping, the fact that I'm super scattered, the fact that I'm just trying to hold myself together, it's so easy for everything to fall apart. And I think I'm holding it together and I'm just not, right? So I'm sitting in this coffee shop trying to find another way to get online, and there isn't a way. There just isn't. So I'm like, I'm going to have to go home and start over. Like, it's already fucking 1. I planned last night to get up at 7 and just be out of the door. Like, I still think I'm the person I was when I wasn't depressed. So, but I'm not, you know, that's not who I am. So I call a Lyft because I'm like, I have to go home. I have to get my check card. I have to find a different place to work. Like, I can't just sit here and just like be defeated. Like I have to just accept it and move on. I can't beat myself up. Like it is what it is. So I get on Tumblr. I haven't really even been on Tumblr. Is like usually like my place. I haven't even been on Tumblr because I've just been like I don't want to engage with people. Like I don't like the energy. It's just I feel it's overwhelming to engage with people I normally engage with. Like I just can't. I don't know how. But I got on there just to distract myself for a little bit. And then I was like, let me just open up a post and talk about it. And I was like writing out, because like I do write posts on Tumblr when I'm in a really bad place about my depression. And I was like, why haven't I posted or like vlogged or like put up videos about this depression? Like this probably could help people, but I'm just so caught up in my own shit and feeling like such a failure because I'm such a perfectionist on the top of this. So all of this is so excruciating to be failing so hard and be so miserable about like how much I feel like I'm failing. And I was like, I just want to do 30 days of like depression talk. Like, I don't know if they're going to be helpful videos. I don't know if it's going to be like this, me crying on camera, but I'm going to set myself a time limit, 10 minutes, get on camera, whatever's going on that day, whether it's helpful or just me venting. And I'm going to post them on my channel. Like my channel's not doing well because I don't post. I posted 2 videos last week and expected them to just like be magical, even though I'm never on my fucking channel. Sorry, my timer went off because I said it. I expected those videos to do amazing, even though I'm never on my fucking channel. Of course, they didn't. I think I lost a fucking subscriber. But whatever. I'm just going to do these videos. I'm not going to worry about, like, that. I just feel like this can help somebody, and that's where I need to approach this from and not be worried about, like, perfection and, like, because that's why I don't post, because I'm like, oh, I look at all these videos that are like so like amazing and dynamic, and I'm like, I don't have a ring light, my camera's not that great, you know, like all this shit, but like nobody starts there, and like I'm not ever gonna get there if I'm just like, oh, if I don't start there, I don't want to do it. And also, like, this is where I'm at. Like, I'm not in a place where I'm gonna be able to do that because I am depressed and I am struggling, and that's just what I have to talk about. Like, I can post videos sometimes about hauls because, yes, I'm spending money because I have a fucking problem, but like that's not probably gonna be the meat of like what I have going on right now. And like, this might be what can help people. Do you know what I mean? Like, this might be what can help me, is just being able to figure this out on my channel. So yeah, so this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna try to do it for 30 days. I'm not gonna put any parameters on it except for like just try to put up 10 minutes a day of like what it's looking like with my depression, because I don't know when I'm coming out of this. And I'm gonna try to figure out a way to tie some of my posts. I don't really want to give you guys my Tumblr because it's so fucking crazy, but I'm trying to find it somewhere else to add those posts, because I do write again about depression on my Tumblr, and it's like way more eloquent than me rambling like right now. So yeah, so I'm gonna go. I'm past my 10 minutes, and I don't want to make this, you know, like on my other videos, but that's what's going on. If I can add self-care tips and shit like that, I will. But like I said, I don't want to put too many parameters on this, because like I'm at my limit of like things where I like feel like I might fail. So I can't put anything on this where I feel like I'll fail, or I just won't do it. So yes, that's what's going on. I'm gonna find my check card. I'm gonna find another place to go. I'm gonna leave the house, and I'm gonna go get some work done, because I can't work in this house. I literally will just curl into a ball on the couch and stare at a fucking wall until I go crazy and probably sob. So I hope you're well wherever you are. If you're struggling with depression, anxiety, or any other mental illness, we can talk in the comments. Nobody ever comments really on my videos, but like, I would like to talk about this. Like, it's very important to me, and I'm way better at giving advice than taking it, as most of us are. So like, if you want to talk, I'm here. Thanks. Bye.